In today's video lesson, I shall be taking up some more important questions and answers of the chapter Lost Spring. Let us take up the first question. How are shoes with a hole a dream come true for Sahib? Children, on page 16, we read about Sahib, who loves watching the game of tennis. But then he has to content himself by watching it standing behind the fence. He did not have any access to the game. Why? Because it was a game meant for the people of the high class. And secondly, it was a very expensive game. But then one day, Sahib manages to wear tennis shoes because they were the discarded shoes of a rich boy. He had discarded them because a hole had appeared. Sahib was very happy wearing it. Now let us read the answer to understand the significance of this incident, children. Although Sahib loves the game of tennis, it is out of his reach because it is too expensive a game and he would never get a chance to play it. He has to satisfy himself by just watching it, and that too from behind the fence. He has never owned a pair of shoes, and for him, the discarded tennis shoes of a rich boy, it's like a dream come true. So what if there is a hole in it? It is natural for him to feel happy, children, because after all, they are tennis shoes. It's like a dream come true for him. He does not bother that there is a hole in it. Children, for these slum dwellers, for these children of the slum, everything is taken for granted. At least he is happy, he is satisfied that he has finally got to wear tennis shoes. So a very important question, again from the examination point of view, a 2-marker question, children, to be answered in about 30 to 40 words. Let us move on to the next question now. Justify the title Lost Spring. Children, please note the title is not The Lost Spring, it is Lost Spring. L in capital. There is no the in the title. It is Lost Spring. The title is metaphorical because it talks about stealing of something abstract. Children, something abstract over here means that there is nothing concrete. It is not an object or an item that has got stolen. Nothing concrete. It is an abstract concept, an idea. Okay, and what is it? Innocence, childhood. It talks of the forfeited innocence. Okay, the unfortunate innocent children who have lost their innocence, who have matured beyond their age. It is the portrayal of the broken spirits of millions of working children all over the country. Now, this is a blot to the society, children. It portrays, it paints a sorry picture of the broken spirit, of the broken hope of millions of children who are trapped in the clutches of child labor. They are condemned to a grueling life of exploitation against the backdrop or background of crushing poverty. So they are doomed, children. Their future is doomed. Their present is doomed. They have no way out. It's a life of exploitation. It's a life of misery, of poverty. No fun, no laughter, no books. But they have to work. And they are partners in survival. Okay? And adding to their misery is their utter state of they are poverty stricken, they are poor. These poignant means here moving, emotional, something that moves us, something that touches us. Okay? Stories are of real children subjected to a tough life and merciless treatment. So they have a very tough life and the treatment is very harsh, merciless. Instead of books that should reach for, instead of hands that should reach for the stars, these children, they are forced to work for the family. What should it be? They should be with books and laughter under the sun children, but then the reality is quite saddening and painful. They have to work and they shoulder the responsibility of the family. They are considered to be an extra pair of hands that can help earn a livelihood for the family. Let us continue with the same answer. These children have lost the moments of spring. Children, what does spring symbolize? The metaphorical meaning here: growth, happiness, rejuvenation, development, enthusiasm. But they have lost it all. They are burdened under the weight of child labor. It's a social evil, children prevailing in the society. Having become adults before time, they have matured beyond their age and have also lost the chance to lead a normal childhood. Anees Jung exposes a national shame through the description of Sahib and Mukesh. Now, she has taken up 2 case studies revolving around children named Sahib and Mukesh. And why is it a national shame? Children, because it's a social evil. We say that the children, they are the future of a nation. Can we think of a developed and progressive nation when the children, they do not enjoy the opportunity to go to school? When the children are forced to do manual work? So it's definitely a national shame. And these children, they are caught in the grinding poverty and urbanization. Children, you have to give details over here. Grinding poverty, like I told you, it's a vicious circle. They cannot come out of it. And urbanization, we have read that Seema Puri, give the example of Seema Puri, touched yet untouched by the glitter and glamour of the metropolitan city. Okay, the metaphorical meaning. At a time when these children should be given opportunities to study, explore and have fun, they toil their lives away doing tasks like rag picking, bangle making, and you can also add over here making crackers in order to earn a livelihood. So they have been devoid of these opportunities. They cannot be found with books and laughter under the sun, but picking rags, begging with a bowl, making bangles, crackers, and also children, they can be found in the mat making industry. Okay, here also the same answer continues. Society's attitude is indifferent. It prefers to look away rather than recognizing the child in each child. Children, the society is also to be blamed. You know, the society is not playing a responsible role. What are we doing to improve the condition of these vulnerable children? Instead of improving their condition, instead of making opportunities available for them, we are grinding them all the more. The bureaucrats, the policy makers, the authorities, they are not playing the significant role. The society, it prefers to look away rather than sympathizing with them. We are apathetic towards them. we are indifferent towards their condition. The guilty include not only those who visibly exploit these children in workshops, but also the family. Children, the people responsible are many. It is not only those who are exploiting these children openly in the dhabas or at the workshops, but even their family. Because the family members, they force these children to take up work. Anees Jung writes with passion and concern. She has met these children whose stories of despair must be told to all. Now, the 2 case studies that she has taken up, there is much passion and there is much concern that Anees Jung has shown. And she wants that it should be known to all, so that we all can collectively work in order to improve the situation and condition of these children. She manages to remind the reader of his responsibility and recapturing and reinstating the lost spring back into the life of these children. The spring that is lost from the lives of innumerable children in India. So she wants us, these stories, they are like a thunderclap. They should be like a thunderclap in the ears of the readers, so that we are reminded of our responsibility and we work and contribute our part for the upliftment of these children. Let us move on to the next topic now, children. It is a theme contained in the chapter Lost Spring. The lesson portrays through both the stories the broken spirit of working children against the backdrop of poverty. Okay, you have to substantiate it with proof. You have to elaborate it. Okay, the broken spirits of these migrant children, and at the same time why they are considered as rootless weeds. Next point, these children, they are forced into labor early in life and denied the opportunity of schooling or even a normal childhood. Now this is again another important theme, children. Next now, official figures say that there are over 12 million children under 14 who live below the poverty line, which means they have to work for a living. This is the world that Anees Jung probes. Probes means she has investigated this world. Okay? A dark world. A world that most of us are not aware of. So through her case studies, she has probed this dark world. Let us move on to the next slide now. The official figures say that there are 12 million children under 14 who live below the poverty line. Okay, this I have just explained you, which means they have to work for a living, and this is the world that Anees Jung probes. She is pained at the governmental and bureaucratic apathy and callousness, and also the social values and norms that support and accept the concept of child labors. Like I have already told you, children, that even the society is responsible. The government, the authority, the people in authority, the bureaucrats, what are they doing? They are not doing what they are supposed to do. Okay, many of the laws, they stay confined to the books. They are never implemented. The society turns away its face. It looks the other way. And there is hollowness, callous situation that is created. Callousness, and also the social values and norms. Apathy. Apathy means we are not showing any, we are indifferent. And all the claims are hollow claims. The stories cry out like an appeal to the reader. Jung hopes for empathy, from society. So these are like stories, painful stories that are crying for justice. And who can help in this case? Anees Jung sees a ray of hope with us, the readers. Okay, children, I have covered the important questions and answers of the portion that I have explained to you. The rest of the questions and answers after we have proceeded and completed the rest of the chapter. Go through these answers and then attempt the questions. Thank you and have a good day.